Hello everybody, this is Jonathan and let me open here. Hello guys, just to share here with you my new setup that I have. I always have a new upgrade every live streaming, hopefully. And guys, thank you so much for watch this tutorial. This means a lot to me. And look what we're gonna do today. It is about how to build a guideline, all right? And some of you can see here already, I hope. And guys, tell me if you guys can hear me, all right? Just to let me know here on the comment section, all right? And look, let me show you another thing. I'm using today the Affinity Designer on desktop. In this situation, I'm using also my new Huion tablet, as you guys can see in my screen, all right? It's a new tablet that I got. And I hope to bring a sort of unboxing review for this tablet if it's good enough, and it's basically my first time that I'm using this in my desktop, all right? And guys, welcome again. And look, today the lesson is about these examples here. How you guys can build your characters. And basically we have a guideline that you guys can build your characters if you work for game industry, cartoons, things like that. It's very important to understand the structure of your character. This is the thing that I highly recommend you. And we're gonna use a nice functionality that is called guides. Okay, this is why we are using this title, all right? And guys, the last thing before I get started, let me show you. We are almost getting 100 people, hopefully, in our Vectorize club. And thank you so much for if you are a patron and you are watching me already. And we create exercises and you guys can grab a lot of exercise on there, okay? And thanks a lot. And if you are not my patron, please don't leave to watch this live streaming that you are watching now to later on, because this live streaming will get off. Let me turn off the live streaming, the past live streaming here, and you guys, if you are not my patron, you cannot watch this anymore. Okay, so it's already not able to monetize this, and no problem. Okay, so let's get started right now, guys, in this lesson. All right, and let me hide here these examples. And the first thing that you guys need to do, it is this one here. Click here at the top, all right, and you guys will see the guides manager. All right, click here, guides manager, and we will see this panel. This panel, you guys can see these horizontal guides and the vertical guides. And here you will create horizontal guides that you will be able to create the lines for the heads, for the body of your character. And let's do here. Look, we have these lines already, as you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see these lines, but it's here. I will create at least let's create some more or less 6 or 7. It's up to you. Let me say hello Priyanka, Tick, Brando, and another people that is here. And please tell something so I can see who is watching me here. And okay, so let me position it here right now, the guides. Okay, look, there is some lines that you guys can use, and you guys don't need to use this exactly, but you guys can use also a vector guides. I usually use vector guides. Okay, and look, let me position right here the guides, and let's pause here. This will depend about your character structure, and I will place this line on here and this line on here. The jump principle, I'm not going to talk about the jump principle today. Okay, let's leave this to another lesson. And look these examples again. So we have this structure, all right, let me place on here. And of course you guys can use references and build your characters over these examples. Okay, this is really nice as well to use as a reference. Don't try to copy everything that you see on the internet. Okay, and I'm going to start now using a pixel. I'm going to start also with the sketch, where I will be able to use, you know, the symmetry mode. I'm going to use here this rough concept brush that I have on my green road, and look, I'm going to activate here the symmetry tool, okay, and I'm going to activate here the mirror, and the line is right here, okay. I know that this can be a little bit difficult to see, but I'm going to align this in this position, okay, and I'm going to click here, lock, and if I draw in one side, it's going to apply to another side as well, as you guys can see. Look, okay, and this way we can start already to draw our structure. So try to respect this guideline that we have. Let's say that this is the character heads. Okay, look, this is the character heads. I'm thinking about to make a, you know, I'm still thinking actually. My live streaming is not planned, you know, I just draw by my head, and I'm thinking about to draw a Viking. I really like Viking things, TV shows, you know, and I'm erasing here to make the beard. Okay, and let's do the upper body. This is the upper body. Just draw the lines, okay, and start with the shapes. All right, this is the shape that we have for now. This is the silhouette actually, you know. I'm going to make a cartoony version of a Viking guy. This is the legs already, just to have a better idea, you know. There is a really small delay in this tablet that I'm using. I don't know why. Okay, maybe it should be because of the rendering on my. Let's create this in front. And this is the arms, big arms, like a strong guy like me. Just kidding. And look, we have this structure already. Okay, this is awesome in case you want to bring concept art. All right, and it's very awesome. I'm just adjusting here the anatomy, and my suggestion is about the character design. You know, if you want to make character designs, try to understand about the human anatomy. Okay, and we have already. Look, I'm not doing the inner details. It's just the character silhouette shapes, you know. And guys, this tablet here that I'm using is quite big. I will show you later on, probably in a vlogging video. And let's do a kind of helmet, you know, something like this, I guess. He has a helmet. Perhaps this. Okay, so let's to avoid to dig into the, for example, into the details right now. Don't do the details right now, and pay attention to the guidelines that we have. We can adjust the guides again, clicking here, manage, guides manage, and again you can adjust here the guides between the body. So basically we have, let me draw a small structure, just example. All right, if this if we in this case, guys, you want to build characters, I really suggest you to do this. It's called block stage, where you understand about the character silhouette. Look, So we have here the legs. I don't know why it is not okay. And let's adjust here. This is the upper body. Let me change this color so you guys can understand. To a pinky. And this is the head. You just hold and okay. And this is the head proportions. Okay. And look how nice it is. This is the human proportion that we have. It's not real human proportion. Okay, human proportion, there is, I think, 7 parts divided. Okay, so let's do now the another side. And in order to save your time and my time doing this one, I will duplicate this to another side until here. I think is good. All right. Let me save this. I like to give Alt tab, Command and Tab in order to refresh my screen. I'm going to use the raster again at this point and erase this. And let me click here in the vector process. This is good because I will prove you that you guys can create vectors without a lot of drawing. Okay, I have these 3 shapes, you know, remember, and I'm going to change them right now, the opacity, and convert. Let me change this color. This is the head and the arm. We need to place in this position here. Okay, like this, just for now. Okay, and guys, look what I'm gonna do right now. I will convert this to curves. All right, convert to curves, and let's start to give to this character you know, the design of his silhouette. I'm using mouse at this time. All right, I'm using this mouse because, you know, this tab is not working as I expected. And let me just place here. Look, just using mouse. This is the head. Low poly technique. All right, low poly technique. And let's create here the helmet already. Okay, these are going to be very fast at this time. Okay, let me group this. Let me group these shapes. You know, here this process can seem a little bit you know, strange, but just wait how this will look like after we finish. I'm starting here to give a small shape in lines. Look, and let's do the helmet already. The helmet is, I'm using the pen tool. All right, I'm using the pen tool because it's so far better in this situation that I have using mouse. Okay, let me group this. This we'll call helmet, this layer here. Okay, we can change this color later on. I can duplicate this to another side. Okay, click here, edit and duplicate and flip in this button. I use hotkeys, so in case you know, I do very fast sometimes. And I'm using here the node tools in order to convert all of this to curves. Click here, smart, and of course let's change here this one to be flat, to not look like a strange helmet. Okay, and about the face that we have on here, let's change this color. Okay, and let's add already a shape for his face. And I'm going to add a beard already. Click here, you know, using the pen tool, and let's create a kind of beard. This is a kind of low poly style that I'm creating. All right, and look, I'm going to convert this to curves. already. You don't need to be really symmetrical at this point. It's really nice when you use more organic forms as well. Okay, let's do the ear. I want to make some ear. Look how nice is this technique. Is about polygonal technique. I explained this a lot during my Patreon exercise. Highly recommend you if you want to vector really fast. And you guys can change here this. Hello, 𝚅𝚎𝚌𝚝𝚛 welcome, my friend. And look, we have the head already, basically. You know, of course we don't have the details, but this is a really nice approach already. Look, this is the head of our Viking, and we can add just small eyes on here, quite cartoony, like this. And maybe we can add a nose. Look, I'm creating this already, basically, you know, from my head, but you guys always can change things by yourself. You know, this thing here, I like it, this kind of design. You know, look, we can change the size of this, the color later on. I'm not going to make the gradient at this point. I'm still trying to understand the forms that I will bring to this character. Okay, and look, in case you guys want to give more shapes to this helmet, hello Daniel Chaves, you guys can click here and insert another shape above of this one, and you guys can press I and click into this color here, so you will be able to add a color picker. And let me change this shape. Okay, and we can place this behind. All right, the nose will be behind of the helmet. And let's apply here this blending mode that I'll use. With using the fill tool, you guys can blend this. Okay, and as this is a cartoon character, we can bring this nose on here. We can add a mouth as well, creating a shape. As you guys can see, I'm using the pen tool, and you guys can create his mouth shape. Look. Okay, and of course this needs to be applied below of the nose that we have on here. Okay, you guys can do something like this. And for this character, I really miss kind of eyebrows, and to make eyebrows, this will look really nice. Let's do eyebrows. Okay, let's change this color, something like this. Look the difference between now, and duplicate this to another side. I think this nose here looks nice. Okay, and of course you guys can change always the beard if you want, you know, bigger, or you can change here the forms like this. Look, if you want to use kind of different aspect, you know, but let's leave as normal beard. Okay, let's do now the body. I will adjust the head later on. Guys, look, we have this shape here that will become the upper body. In this situation, I will add the middle node that will represent the neck, and I will adjust now like a 3D modeling. Really, this look like a 3D modeling, you know. I did already sometimes 3D modeling in my life. It's really cool, and I'm giving a form. Let me change this color so you guys you'll see really nice already. changes to this one. Yeah, for now it's good. And I will just make not with all the arms, okay, with all the arms. I'm not going to make right now the arms. Let me do the upper body. I'm adding some curves that will represent the torso. This is the torso. Okay, look, this is the torso that we have. And of course later on I'm going to use some details, you know, for example add lines to make his muscles lines, but we are still just building his shape. This is the shape stage. Let me show you the John principle. John principle talks about shape and geometric silhouettes. You know, so we are basically creating the shapes using the geometric forms to be applied like a silhouette. You don't need to worry at this point about the colors, but we are already applying the colors. All right, we are applying the colors already. Guys, I'm using at this point just the mouse, really. You know, I like to use tablet, of course, is more organic, but I'm using just the mouse at this point because my tablet is not working as I expected at this point. Look, I will design right now the legs. Let me click here and convert this shape here to curves. All right, it's already converted. I'm going to select the node tool. Basically I use a lot the node tool in order to bring these forms, you know. I really use, look, it's very, you know, intuitive, and you guys can just manipulate this without I don't know how to draw. This is just excuses, really. My drawing sometimes is horrible. This is why I've become a graphic artist, because I mean, in case you want to start as graphic designer, because graphic designers don't know how to draw, really. This is a standard thing about the industry. Graphic designer don't know how to draw, and I'm a mix of graphic designer with illustrator that makes me to do both. Okay, so look what I have right now is the legs. Let me change this color to this one. At this point he's naked, but we can apply some, let me apply a better silhouette. Okay, I really like to make this kind of art style, to be honest. It's my thing. And let's see here, this, okay, look what we got until now. Let me open here my background so you guys maybe can see. This is the result that we got until now, but there is a opacity in our layers. Okay, and we are going to get rid of this layer on. Let me do the arms already. About the arms is the same process. Type A to press the node tool and try to define his silhouettes. Okay. This is the John principle, because nobody told me that I needed to follow this, and I've just created this principle. And really, this is a if I die someday, this needs to be a legacy. Okay, and you guys will need to spread the words for me. This is the arms that we have. Look, you can increase at this stage here. Try to be creative, you know, in this stage, because look how nice it is. You can change his forms, as you guys can see. Let me bring this like this. I like to press Ctrl and Command in order to convert these nodes to a soft, you know, line, to make these curves more not flat. You know, this is how I'd say. Oh, look how cute is his arms. We can place a sword, a shield. Let's do a shield prototype. The shield prototype we can apply on here. Look how nice it is. You know, I really love to make this kind of stuff. And if I duplicate this and resize this, and we can have already the shield, you know. And with more, we bring this onto here. Maybe it's better. Okay, so this is the prototype that we are building, and the remaining thing is the boots. We can add a boots. Let's press P and create his boots. And it's time now to change his boots. These are going to be a big boots like this. Look, it's looking like a hero, you know, hero boots, I guess. Now let me see the new questions. Alright, so if you want to share your projects, you know, on internet, you need to make sure that you export with more pixels as possible. But of course, you can't export in so high pixels. There is some guidelines that you can think. For example, you can search on Google like guidelines for Instagram post, and they will give you, for example, the exactly pixels that you need to export your work. Okay, at the end of this project, I can export to show you just an example. All right, let me erase this. I'll make this like this. Let's see. Yeah, I think flat is better, to be honest, you know. As I told you before, you don't need to be very symmetrical. I like to give this kind of, you know, pose gesture. I really like it. Let's do a gesture. Okay, we can make a bit fat at the upper side. Maybe a big belly. You know, he drinks a lot of beer, and you guys may consider about to add a bigger side of his belly. Okay, all right, so let's duplicate this to another side. This is his another arms that we have. At this point, we can change. Look how nice it is. If I select these nodes that we have, what I can do is to change. Click in here. Can you guys see transform mode? Click in here, and you guys can just change his position, you know, of these nodes. And of course, you need to adjust all the time about these nodes to follow each other properly. And at this point here, let me see if I can keep this like I'm doing. We can change this to another direction. Okay, as I told you, this is a modeling, so don't worry if what I'm doing right now is look like really strange. This is the process. Don't be really scared about this. We can, I'm making his turn, his position is in this direction on here, you know, this, I think it's this side. I don't know which side I'm talking about. On this way we can hello ghost train. You mean 𝚅𝚎𝚌𝚘? If you mean about which version, if you a desktop or Affinity on iPad, to be honest, I like to most the iPad, but as I have a scoliosis and my back hurts a lot sometimes, and I can't stand a lot of time using iPad Pro. But the desktop is more comfortable because of the posture, you know, you can work even more time. So we have the first shape stage here, guys. At this point here, look, let me open my guys. At this point that we have so far, we did the guidelines, we did the shapes, the proportions, and of course we need to build another side of this, let's say coins, let's say coins, because we need to follow the heads at the same position for another side, and this is just guidelines. If you want to share your work with your teammates, if you are building projects, if you are working professionally for a company, and you are responsible to build the characters, you need to keep in mind that you follow these guidelines, to not look like different from each other. This is quite important to understand. All right, so back in here, what we have is another let's open here. Okay, is another side that is this sketch. And guys, I'm going to duplicate this just to show you. Okay, at this point here that I have, look, I will make some changes. Of course, this shield here will be placed on here. This face here, we just need to change to the front side. Okay, this is a bit it's a bit difficult, to always change all the shape, but look how fast we can change this if we use this technique that I'm showing you. Duplicate and change all the positions to a side. Delete this one. Of course, let me change his head shape because it's not so good. Oops. His nose is here, and we can make a big nose. And make sure that your design is aligned. Don't change the position of this. And remember that we have a shape that is on here. Don't try to don't forget about this. Okay, we have a a shape on this position. It's here. I can make this a bit smaller, and let me change his mouth. The beard. Look, the beard. Let me change here the beard, and the beard is can't go into this, until here. Keep in mind about the proportions. Look, you guys can design your characters without drawing, like I'm doing right now. Okay, I think I will do a flat, simple shapes, I'd call this. And you guys can look. Let's change this to this position. Let's do a hair. The ears needs to be applied on here. Okay, I'm using mouse. Okay, so my excuses if I'm not going so fast than this. Okay, and pay attention. Look, I need to reach this guideline. Look, you guys, I have this guideline, and I need to reach this beard until here. Okay, until here. And if you have questions about how to draw a beard, try to look for references on internet. Okay, and maybe we can bring it to here, this beard. Okay. All right, so about this, this, let's change first the upper body that we have. Let me activate this gray background. Okay, I'm just building the shapes, and the head will change right now. The head forms. The head forms, you need to make this cool on here, and let's increase the size of his head. Okay, guys, look, this is why I really ask you to draw the sketch, the prototype, because in this situation that I'm having on here, I'm creating the characters, all these things by my head, and this is not so good at this point that I'm doing right now. Why I'm telling you that? because if I blend more the character, I just can place the vector without changing all the time, you know. And what I'm doing here is basically changing and see if this works, and if it's not work, I can change again, you know. You can feel very frustrated by the time if you just don't achieve your result that you are expecting. Okay, and this is why it's so important to have the sketch first. Okay, and let's do his hair. I've just duplicated, to be honest, the beard, and I'm applying here at his. Let's do a modeling here. I'm applying at his side. Okay, and the ear needs to be above, of course. Okay, we can apply this on here. As this is a really, I think, not a big project, but I think we can have another live streaming that we can continue this project, because I want to make something nice, you know, not just give you a bad quality. I want to offer you a really nice live streaming tutorial. Okay, and let me increase his helmet. The good thing, you can increase his helmet like I'm creating now, and I will add a bit more depth by adding you know, this shape here. Look, I'm going to create his shape like this. Okay, I'm going to apply this color. This needs to be applied on here. This is more I'd say intuition design. You design by your sense, you know. And let's bring this more to this point here. Let me fix his shield already, you know. And look, I'm going to remake his upper body, you know. Let me add his big belly. Look, like this. And of course, imagine that he is in a side. Let me show you the examples that we got. Look, we have these examples, all right. And let me flip this. And try to, look, you guys, this is very important, very important. We have these silhouettes, I mean the curves that we can follow for our character. Okay, that is this back, you know, not so, you know, curved like this, because this is a female you know, anatomy. But don't try to make this so flat like this. Try to avoid a flat shape at the back. Try to respect the human anatomy. This is so important that most people forget it, you know. And something like this. And look, I'm just changing the sides, not the heights. You know, the heights you can change because the guides. And let me change. To make the legs, it's quite simple. I have these legs here, and I will delete this and bring this until here. And of course, we have the hips, you know, and you guys can just follow this. The same for the boots. The boots, you can select these two shapes and change until here. And look, you guys, how fast we did this. Look, we have right, of course there is a difference between them, but we will add more details, you know, by the time that we are creating this. And remember about the arms that we got. It's here. It's here. To see better, try to change the color. You know, you guys can change the color just to see where is the arms. Okay. And look, I'm going to make in this position the arms can be let me hide here the shield. Okay, so we have the arms at his side, but you know, as this maybe at his, you know, upper shoulder is above the head. Imagine that I'm in this side and I can raise my shoulders, all right, and this is in my front. Oh gee. Inside Z is here. Welcome inside Z. This needs to be above of the head, you know, look, and the opacity is not so 100% because, you know, but this is his shoulders. Imagine he is lifting weights and making trapezius. Okay, so this is just example, guys. Okay, and I think he is back, you know. Let me see the lines. The good thing to see this, let's back to the grid guides manager, and I'm going to create one more guide where I can see if it's correct. And look at this position that I have. Okay, this line here, I will check if I will check if it is correct, you know. I will just check here. Let me change his. Okay, and look, the back is achieving until here, and we need to adjust like I'm creating. Okay, and perhaps you can hide. Let me apply until here like this. Yeah, it's not so bad. I can fix now the arms position, just adding a bit of, you know, a better form. This is the shoulders. Okay, and again, try to respect the human anatomy. Okay, like I'm creating. I mean, delete this one. Okay, and the shield will be applied above. Look, it's below of the arms, and this is so important about the to have a better, you know, organizement. You know, try to organize your layers. I'm getting distracted by inside Z. No, I don't think that Adobe is the best, really. And look, now the shield is above of the arms. Okay, and let's do the horn of this shape here. And hello, Cynthia. Yes, I will do the helmet, take helmet horn on here. It's been, where is helmet? It's here. Look, just change his direction like I'm creating. Okay, guys, this is just the structure. Okay, this is not the final design, just to keep in mind about this, right? And this is so important. And how I can just okay, just a second. Okay, and I will just adjust here these horns, and we have done now the structure and the guidelines. Let me show you what we got. Let me adjust this opacity that we have. Okay, remember, guys, if you are seeing these guidelines, you can also hide this, you know, because it's bothering me at this point. I don't need to use these guides, and you guys can click here, show guides, you know, view, show guides, and click here. It's going to hide this, you know. Yes, perhaps it is in the wrong side, but don't worry about that. You know, you can apply on here, and don't try to be perfectionist at this point, you know. And let's see here. Oh, views. Welcome, 𝚑𝚤𝚌𝚝. Guys, let me let me open here the example that we got. We have the examples that you guys can follow. All right, we have this example, and we have followed right now this structure. Okay, try to respect this guide that we have seen right now, and I'm thinking about to leave this tutorial to be continued in the next week. All right, or maybe the same week. Okay, guys, let's see here. Let's add just small colors. All right, let's add just small colors, and just to see here how this will look like. Let me turn on this opacity to 100% at this time, and I don't need to use the opacity lower down because I have the idea already. Okay, maybe into this one. Okay, let's apply a shoulders that will be the armor, you know. Let's do the armor on here like this. Let me see. And as you guys can see, I didn't make the sketch for the clothes, just the structure, the first structure, and this is so important to understand. Okay, I can flip this to another side. Okay, I can flip this to another side like I'm creating. Let me increase his beard a little bit more, and the horns I will make 100%. Okay, let's see here, a color to his pants. Maybe this color here that I have, something like this, and the upper body will be placed above, right? Okay, inside the, I will do that. Helmet Viking. Just a second, my friend. Look, guys, I'll make a design here, and I will blend these two shapes. Look, we have the shape, and I'm going to blend this. Click here, and we have the shape blended, and I'm going to change this color already, like you guys can see. Okay, something like this, and let me adjust his horn, and I will add some lines that will represent a better wood effect. I've created one line here, you know. I will be placing this line inside, and I will change this color to a more grayscale. And you guys can duplicate this line here, you know, and make these lines like I'm creating. Okay, and flip this to another side, and I will adjust his horn to be a bit not 100% flat like this one. I will make this rounded, a bit rounded, not 100%. Okay, and let me change here, and I will apply a little bit of gradient, or I'm thinking about to use raster at this point, you know. I'm thinking about to use raster at this point. Besides, don't bother me a lot, mate. Guys, inside is my friend, you know. He has a channel that teaches 3D, you know. He's a really a friend of mine. And look, you guys, what I have on here. I'm just fixing here the eyes, you know, and let me apply on here. I'm still wondering about his nose, you know, because for me I didn't like so much. I can fix this with a different color. We can try to see, and perhaps this shape here we can change a little bit more, like I'm doing, you know. We can increase like this, and let me apply this to be applied below. All right, eyes. Look, just to show you, this is the head that we have for now, but we can adjust this always. Still thinking. Okay, and let's see now the shoulders already on here. These guys are fun. And okay, so let's see here. I will do axe. Let's do an axe here, right? Let's create an axe. Just show you how you guys can create. This will be a side axe. Okay, look, I've created this. I will change this shape already by using this color. And of course, keep in mind that this axe will be, you know, hold, and there is a finger that will be above of this axe. Look, and of course there is another thing that you guys can think. It's about, let me just fix here. I just start by creating the points that will represent the shape. All right, this is my process, and let's do here the front that will be placed at the front of the axe. All right, and click here. Okay, look, this is the front fingers. Guys, I'm not going to make all the details, all right, the lines that we have on the fingers. This is a flat design that we have. Look how the Viking is becoming a Viking. And we can add, we can look for references, and I think we can, let's see, apply. Let me finish this axe first. Click here, let's change this color like this. I will apply a wood here below. Okay, look, let me activate another background so I think you guys can see a bit better. This axe here, I will change the shape. Let me change the shape. I will create some points. Create this. Óbvio, se encher o saco também vai tomar banho aqui, mano, na boa. Oh, look guys, I'm creating here this shape here. Okay, and let me apply this. I think it's good now. Okay, this is the axe that we have. Of course we can change later on, make this to be wood effect. Okay, I'm not going to add gradient at this point. Okay guys, I'm thinking about to make a more a hand painting style. All right, and let me just change here this color of this boot like this, I guess. Black is, yes, is really nice. Let me change this shape as well. Guys, again, I'm just using the mouse. So just to let you know that you guys can design things just using mouse. But of course, as I told you, you need to have to build your idea first by drawing in a paper. You know, there is a lesson that I show you how you guys can sketch and bring your drawing into our computer, digital computer. All right, and let's see here which the details that I can apply. Let's do the shield details I can create here, insert inside, okay, and P, and add this line, and I'm going to place this line inside of this shape here that we have. All right, this shape here, and I will apply this and duplicate the lines. Okay, like this, and let me just fix this one here and apply a better color. Okay, guys, I'm not talking so much because I like to concentrate in the design, but please, if you have questions, just ask on the chat so I can be able to understand what you guys can know. All right, and this is not just a simple character that I usually do on here, and I've decided to bring a bit more, big project than before. Okay, this is the shield. You can increase this, like I'm doing, but not so big. And you guys can place, for example, just a very nice tip. You can duplicate this, okay, and place this behind of this character to make like this. You can do this as well, yeah, it looks nice. Two shields at the back, and at his side arm. And look, you guys, let me change this side here of his arm. Okay, I can make this a bit bigger, and I think at this point that I have, let me just create a better silhouette for the arms with the body. Okay, this is much more about adjustments. You will spend a lot of time basically trying to adjust. This really work like 3D modeling, I'd say. You make some shapes and adjust the forms, sculpting like this, try to I will create, maybe let me take a look at more references, for the clothing. Viking clothes, let's see, Viking clothes images on here. Okay, and let's see this one. I like this one, I think it's very nice. Look, we can add, oh, this is nice as well. We can add some circles, we can add some fur wolves. Not, there's something that we don't need to apply, but it's very nice to think. Okay, and let's add this shape here. Look, I'm going to create with the P this shape. Look, this will be the sort of fur wolf, I guess, beer, I don't know. Let me adjust here. Okay, I will duplicate this and make this with this color on here. Okay, and about this shape here that I have, I'm still thinking. I can make this a bit, perhaps I'm thinking about to remove this and apply a better, you know, design for his clothes. Like this. Look, I'll create a shape that will represent this shape here. Okay. And Max, is because I'm getting distracted by some, you know, comments on the chat, and I'm so sorry. And I'm using mouse, and this is not a thing that I like to use. Okay. And guys, look, I will, let me place this above, you know, of this clothes. Okay, look, it's much better right now, this shape that I have. All right, and I will duplicate this to another side. Okay, and we have this shape here already, you know. And let me just fix his beard. And as I told you guys, I got some not nice comments on the chat, and this is bothering me a lot. So I got distracted by this. I will let's see here. Create a better design on here. And look what we have so far. We have this result, okay, this character, and I'm going to add more details later on, and we are going to also create the another side of this character, right, in the next lesson. And of course we will build the painting style. I will try to fix my tablet that I'm using right now here. Let me show you. I'm using here, guys, this tablet, you know, this Huion, and it's not working properly, to be honest, to draw, you know, I haven't expected to have the issues about the drawing, and basically I needed to place the vectors by my head, and this is why I needed to fix all the time some details to get a better result. But to be honest, this result that I got is so far nice for me, you know, without drawing, just doing by my head, to be honest. And I'm very happy with that, to be honest. And the next lesson, I hope to bring this another side finished, all right, and I will also add a bit more. Let me show you here another screen. And in the next lesson I will be finishing this this character, all right, in this side, okay, and I will apply some textures and some details. Really, this will look like a very nice design, okay. And I know this is you know, a nice beginning. If you look at the sketch, look, the sketch that we got at the beginning, where it is, we open here, is here, okay. So this is the sketch that we got, all right. This is the sketch that we got, and we have built this character without drawing, okay, without drawing. When we build this character without drawing, and we are going to add more details later on. I don't like to get too long in my live streaming, because I know most people just you know, don't watch the entire video, and this is why I will split this tutorial in 2 stages, all right. And look, this will be a very nice design, guys. Thank you so much for watching until now, and my apologies for my tab doesn't work so well. And really, I hope this will be a very nice lesson, okay. And just the last thing, we are talking about how to build a guideline, all right. The guideline is here. You guys can use the guide manager and click here to show the guides. Click here, show guides, and you have all the guides are being applied on here, all right. So try to respect these lines to make the proportional the proportions good, okay, like this. Look, this fits is reaching the same position of this one, okay. Okay, guys, so thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next tutorial, all right. See you guys, bye bye.